have these type of struggles. Number one struggle is political parties struggling against each other to control power and resources. Number two is members of the same political party. That is an internal struggle. Struggling and competing against each other for the same thing, control of power and resources. So, Sadauda ya sotole Sadauda jamano wa sotole ajama bafon mol sonkata mol kuyada sirifu dibanyol tada mol sonkata mol tada kujamal keda Hassan Musa Kamara nyolu. They were all members of the PPP. So history would tell you they tried, but it didn't work. Whatever happened at the end of the day, God knows. UDP, Nata, of course, Big Brother Barrow is not the first person to leave UDP. Alialoneko, Wajuara was UDP, very powerful. But he left and formed NAD. And, we had President Barrow, and there are still issues happening. We left. So, you'll always have competition for resources. You'll always have competition for power within political parties and outside of political parties. That is, internal fights and, of course, fights between or amongst political parties. But one thing is very important, is in a democracy, there has to be healthy fight, but in that fight, sometimes you go against the rules. Niwo keda drum problemo leka soto. Ngalo ne ko ni fulole ale sango jale maji. Dolla sango li buka sombor la mola. Maji ata sonna bor. Sambale bijang. Sorry. There are a lot of big rabbits here. Big ones. But you don't. There are deers too. Minangol bijang. Somda ni bita. Ini minangol ebe minamba. Bari bukamat. Jang. You don't hunt them. There is a season for hunting. Aman si kuring kangamara in July. If you don't have a license, you cannot kill animals here. Na kebal gavu. Ini keramol kanyo jibel ale kele siloka. Burolu ini burol ka kelel. Hani samol fam buka somborlela. They are here. So okay, let's get back to this stuff. I mean, but one thing is very important. Political kono. I'm not being, I'm just being foolish. I'm being, very informal. I've listened to, the interview by Chairman Yanks Dabon Karamo, West Coast na opponent that won. Adumfana, diamond siata baringa baba moy. Barimin kumayata nyimbe kono. After I have made this assassin, kaitandiko, political parties are bound to have internal issues. The ability to very wisely and very cautiously maneuver through these turbulent times is what gives political parties, the ability to stay above disintegration, to stay above failures. Bari, Sadauda Jamano, Kabira Kabe Fonyola in 1992, there were a lot of people talking, but Sadauda really meant to leave. Alaftalekata in 92, in LRR. But according to those that knew, mini Londo Soto, Sadauda koto moba fula lebenunje, mune be nyo sabakam palasola. Jama bae wolel favor ni mo fulolu. There were, of course, other very smart, very vibrant politicians. Honorable Buba Jalonyol, MC Chamnyolu, Matthew Matthew Baldelom, for Matthew Ballandol were a bit young. And then you have these big wigs. Bakari Bunja Dabo, Demba Tulumbali, and the former Vice President Sekou Sabali. These were the two giants within the party at the time. They were both members of parliament. They both won their seats in their respective constituencies. Bakari Bunja Dabo and Sekou Sabali. At the time, Bakari Bunja, I heard, was the vice president. But then, there were people, many alonko, Bakari was unfazed. He was not disturbed. That is democracy. He can go. And then, you know, Bakari was removed from vice presidency for whatever reason. Again, because I'm not an authority in that history. I was very young. And you know, so, but what happened? Mojama ba fole ko. Wo fatam fanso because molie fatam fanso soto party okono. Bakar la faction on Sekou Sabal la faction were two powerful factions. President Sadauda Jawara, atenara Bibi Dabo Bondi Palaso, the vice president ya, aye, Sekou Sabali Sammanang ayake vice president. Sadauda ya la tabai, ako saying atete fonyola kotek. Amanso e fonyola. But ayatara, division oketa. Aman division o handle in a way, and handle la nyame. So people got angry, and the party, we knew what happened to PPP. You know, Mol Kamfata, Partido Dol Kamfata, Modol Fangoko, Bibi Dabo, some accused him of being, you know, a supporter of the coup. And, you know, what ended up happening was, yo, Madama Jait and Alaba. So this is a big bridge. This is water. Sombe Bale Balate. Ndola City, it has water. So you see, this is a small kind of tributary. So Babalo Lema Moljebe Ebe boat Borondika. So I do some politics, but I'm also doing some beautiful walk around. So tilo man boy follow man tilo hena najal. Abe boy kambara man boy follow. This is the stuff, you know, and so that's a bridge, a flyover. I mean, Sifa Soro, Karaba Avenue Lomba, Vanalia Soro Jane, flyovers. Yeah, so, you know, Lamina Martin B and Kumol Libi. So that happened, you know. UDP, we of course know ko Talib lafta Mansala, Yankuba lafta Mansala. And they will compete. That's very healthy. That is very okay. Ndanga mimira no minyanda kelanum. What would have saved UDP? Uma UDP safe. Nganyim fole bari wato do yaje mandingola kumole ko wato do tole na kumofo. Kanala kumobe soson. What I thought could have happened to save UDP, Ndangami Miranu, would have been Kabirin Dabo defeated in 2021 when he got defeated by the mighty NPP. Kabirin UDP Bute on the Buldabo Manganye. What I thought should have happened is on the Buldabo Nyanta televised statement of Kelale. Koma Nyimin Kedeng. He could have done that in 2021. I will tell you for what reasons. Follow. Near Dabo Bute nun Kabirin Baro Abute Aparet. Knowing the kind of loyalty Dabo has. Ngao fola dumba fola koteke. Mandema nde Kabiri Wulu ranga politiko karangambia to. Mamoje minula more loyal tie ko Dabo. I've said this not once, and I'll say it again. I have not seen a politician yet in Gambia's history that have a loyalty to him as Dabo has. More loyalty mean more ya sotai. Politician de Gambia follow. Adunde maje follow. Mini ya sotai. So, Kabiria know in 2021, if I were him, to save UDP and to give NPP the biggest problem, what I thought could have happened was Hussein Dabo should have made a televised statement. Accept the fact well, the election was stolen. He had always said it was stolen and all of that. That's okay. That's his. I don't believe in that. I was at the center of our politics and our operations. Bande safoko ndol mankarte fayo mankarte sunya ndelato la ning ala ning kilate man tol mankarte sunya because karte be sunya no la nyadi mo be katra karte faydula mo be ka kontiro so wol man wol those are just words, but he could have made a televised statement. Honorable Dabo aitandi Gambian ol UDP nkola aliye karte fainyele over 200,000 votes. Adum aliyala kanu itandinde Hussein Dabo lale. Alien kanu alanin killer. You loved me. But it has come to a time when I, like empires, like political parties, like kingdoms, everyone has time. They all rise and fall. I have risen. I did my part for this party. You loved me. You've been loyal to me throughout and through thick and thin. But what I believe now is laftalali makwe ndebe dameng nasio anina jata kende ya madinna purunga kontine kanyim partu yo nyaton kaya atol UDP nkolu atol Gambia nkolu baringa min danal bulu min diko na parti yo sign dindin jamale ben na parti yo kono min yalon ko ye dokuo no adise seindela palasoto ye tambindeti. What I believe Dabo should have done, that he had missed. And again, if we tell him, it's not like we hate him, no. We want a healthy and competitive democracy in our country. And that would always mean successful, succession. You understand? So I believe Dabo should I made that address, I mold Danako. Because I have so many youngsters coming up, so many qualified dinolmi alonkonge karandile, your loyalty to the party, ikarantale, they have been tested as leaders, and I believe they are capable of succeeding me. And they can handle the affairs of this country. Now, okay. Dabo should have continued kaitandila ko bari wo kamala because we have so many people ntafta minna ninkombe mfonyola nganda bondi ka successor tombong. If I want to leave the election or the choosing of a successor into your hands, then America, what is going to be an issue as a party otinyanol. So laughter ngal dani as Gambians, as UDP people, aliye makoi aliye nyimbunya dinna ntefongo yenna successor tombong bari ntakelanda made. I will do it in consultation with the elders and relevant authorities of the party. What political tension on emotional be hiring tembo ming, Dabo could have taken an advantage, and he would have gotten Gambians, especially UDP people. Abe sorola anyi tandila ndanga nyina danal bulu ndeke batal sign but dindin jamal le bembulu mini alonko wolle le nyaton kaya non teti bi nge karandile I karandambulu ye ku karang adi tolle pare dan teti sign pour kanyim banko mara kadi UDP sanga tourner ko te gangamuro. You understand? So until after Dabo could have said that after sign alenyim palaso kadinno tombondela mimbende ketala because mo jamala bembul ninkombenda bondila tombondiroto ngake electionola aseke parti o janjam because minu bembulu sembe ma balle bembulu mini alon ko dinningol dem. So I believe you should all give me that opportunity as your leader to pick a successor. But I will do this in consultation with the elders of the party and relevant authorities. Ninda boy nyimfonum. Diamo be banna fereng. UDP ko base song. UDP ko base sembo diala. I base bunya diala. Dabo se successor tombong ani UDP la alfalu. Hani ate kumala. Hani ate kumala no. But I think that opportunity was missed. And now, Turo, na meda sakado kono, abe falin nalde walai tinya. Turo, na meda sakado kono, abe falin na jele, na man falin ya abe tinya lale. These are the two things. Dinni wala nyaton kolle be party okono. Dabo had stayed too long as a leader of the party. And the leaders, there are young leaders now, they are pushing each other. Yes. They are not, it is time for them to come up now. Inyanta fali na lesai. So it's time for them to come up there. Nyin talib nyol ni yankuba nyol ni nying, landin sana nyol ni lamin sana nyol ni, name them. They are ripe now for leadership. They are. So nimba be sira akada singo bondi la banko kan. Dinno yala ni yiri kuntu balandi banko kan. Iko nyamol te falina. You know what they do, seedlings? Ika nyamo ika dojile wuli. They dodge it. Or some will hit it and come through it, right? Hanya kong kiriko ke bunkono. Mankana soka akmo fundin. So I think Honorable Dabo, again, so much love and respect for you, for your dedication. Bari, time has come, and this is nature. This is involuntary. Jimfamanka Adamadin Sautide. Alafamala Kero Lonyid. Adamadin of Si Kuma, Akatambi Kula. That is what happens in humanity. So, time has come for Talib to try. He has all the qualities and qualifications Mobile Flaminda as a leader. Time has come for Yankuba to try. He has all the qualities. He has all the qualifications. Time has come for Landing Sane of LRR to try. Time has come for Lamin Sane OIC to try. Anila keba dol bi jemini alon ko olbotana international appointment na sa ol fanambe opportunity unika. So that opportunity is missed. These young people, it's not about you. They want to lead. Ilafta man say Allah. Adi lafte ketalale. Adi ka signal le ko wato sidal. But the biggest opportunity for NPP is Yalam President Barrow. Not big brother. Nenanga diamofo. Mbesela kan. Yaje molka monyimal ka kamfa duake. Kara Yakuba. Ikanata Yaya Jamela na kudo. Asistamba ning wenyolone. Yaya barino asistambati. Aya mako back. But asistamba anyin sulalom back. Kara Yakuba. Tata je duanyi no la yala ko duaje back. Duaja abita. Kara Yakuba tata mursani amuruntanang. Baro meta domandin atra ya dunta man sala domandin. November 11 nyol nata kudeta dantan nata mo dantan fata ani yani mole kuya kumase e kokke batata ya kay ko nying ntanga meranga duwa ke sa boje ya jamme mo kallan kele when story foka because akoya sign ay mo fala kumase adaka mol tora back ay ndol ani minu be ake sign akamunta coming ay mol tora back bari alala woliyo alala mo nyima akay ko ntolunga duwal minke yaya jamme o duwal jabital de man saya pura sabati ya sije ntolunga duwal min kay akay ko wolte boyno le bukol on do not ku killing wala ba bondila adu wota tula wala ba bondila wala mansa ku fula molke miss hako anin junubo yale man killing mola hako anin junubo niyo bara sin mansa adama din ka junubo nayo bara o katarani mansa talale tema but adama din hako o katarani anyon dafe wala tema so woka ko ya jamme molla hako wala batinyala so nana kanyim fo foni president baro ku kede barni on ta duwalu wal jabital so why am I saying this ntolbe mira kan nyulu be jumalle samba kan no especially for politicians like me. I mean we don't just look from the surface. Nse diamu bare mol mimbe President Adama Barrow challenge la from the United Democratic Party and batande ngawolon. We know people that can challenge Barrow and give him problems and give all of us problems in 2026. We know those people. But kabirin mama oketa, His Excellency, the former Vice President Mfama, mbe tu, alama ala so sima ninjada kenda. Kabira televised address ke akatele belola 2026 ndefana Ahmad ndeba nka ala dani mansa nyimma ale one bulda daba kana kukalat alama ale asima ya ajato kendea I ability dino ala contest for 2026. President Barrow's best chance in the world, I mean his biggest chance of winning in the Gambia is running against Dabo. Well, Ananko, the lesson we need to learn. Yankuba nimfenkela sonko. Wala UDP la teo. Ndabuka dua wala nimola kachata wala. Don't think that is good for us. There are other things we can analyze those things later. But wolman kumaya. But UDP la teo be hakilo klad. Kana ndolkana odua. That analysis is there for another day. So Honorable Dabo Kabe Lolale, Alama Simala Jato Kenda, Ailo, Ndelaftawan. Alama Ailo, Kila Nima Hormo. Ndolfanana Partio, NPP. Nga katanga ke kilinti. Kome nga fanyamen. Adamadim Kunda. Adamadiya. Abemu competition old. Internal fights are normal in a political party. Nyaton kol se hakilo tu ye tilim mol tema. Ye tilim mol tema, ye hakilo tu mol tema. Woku matal. Barikawo fitino. People will fight for power. People will fight each other for control. People will fight each other for resources. That is human nature. These two struggles will be in any political party. The way you handle it matters. The way you handle these internal issues matter. And I've said this, and read it anywhere in the world. There are either different political parties fighting to control the government of a particular country, or there are different people of, let's say charisma, of influence within a political party that are competing for power within a party. But there will always be a fight. There will always be a fight. Adamadin Kunda. There will always be a fight. Abe NPP le hana amawara because President Barrow le bijata fenkela. But in Dolfananka do anil luolum President Barrow ko. Ntede honestly speaking nkatale. That day you will know too. Hanintola National Assembly fenko. Wala council lawyer. Wala even in NPP. National Assembly Jaletara independent against the will of the party. Chairmanship, I went against my party to independent. Why is that? Politicians and political parties will always have these competitions. Council level, UDP, Mama Kande, NPP, people quarrel. Dolson da Dolmanson, Katefel at primary level. Some were not satisfied. They left. They went to, independent, National Assembly. Their members, Mini Alonko, they were not happy with what the party did. And all those things naturally are as a result of, competition for resources and power or influence, whatever you call it. That is human nature. And and this is at local level, National Assembly level, councilor level, chairman level. Any day, there is a feeling of barote tarraje, barobe fonyokande. You will not have one person that is interested in becoming NPP chair or NPP leader to succeed Barrow. Whether that will find us in government or not, and I hope it finds us in government. So, the preparation has to be done. But of course, you will also see those signs. And again, amanke nendisa, amanke kujauti. Ibe mwal jalal mini alago, for example, Ahamad Gitteh, mo jamal katandela kumajao for President Barrow. Some of them are not saying this because ntemu mo jawaldi, but they probably are seeing a future. Maybe Gitteh, nana kita barola, na taranyim parti okono, na kundaje, na esembo soto, ntelafta langake barola keta lati. Barning Gitteh bidang, there is a possible competition. Chairmanship wol ketale, molko, moli sodra mini ovo, iko Gitteh, ning NPP ata, na keta chairman of the West Coast region. 2026, he will challenge Barrow. Billahi wallahi tallahi moli ofole. They were not about Barrow. But that was not true. It was not about Barrow. They have a feeling ko. Nintekera chairman of the probably. Barrow be fanyola because ngawle mole o feeling na soroko. President Barrow will leave. This is his final term. So maybe when Gitteh becomes chairman, 2026, ordinarily he wouldn't compete. But if he becomes chairman, 2026, my chances, might be slim because Gitteh controlling West Coast probably. So you have, what I'm trying to put across is, Nimbedula Beleto. Adamadeu by nature is driven by interest first. Nindara NPP, Ibem Fala Jelabang, Mbebalu Sorola Bang, Momo Kafa Enkata NPP, Purise Silol Dada, Purise Silol, Hani Obe, Yes Silol Dada, Purise Loptano Law, Purise Agriculture Fenke, Obe Ni Obe Keta Munekake. I will benefit because I will drive on nice roads. I'll go to good hospitals. My children will be safe. There will be electricity that I'll enjoy. Every human being, number one, is self-interest. So, Walter Baila, NPP are Sotole, Barole Bije is ruling. But in a local level, Nanyo Saba Pala Solale, Nanyo Saba Authority la, Nanyo Saba Todiala, Benyo Saba Kambi, Benyo Saba la Sininding, Hanikeba Amadi, Dolbela Fria Bay, Wolom, Pur Keba means Soto, To means Soto, and in Todia, Pur also Soto, Pur Keba Palaso means the chairmanship, youth president, Pur it also Abia Multi, political be multi. But NPP, we have a big chance. Alinga katanu nga nyomwe 2026 nga dua kuka na baba so son and father round 2. Son and father round 2. But in Famalonde, Your Excellency, kana bo in the back. 2026 na fengere famala bari tala. But on Balkondo now on a more serious note, NPP Nkolu, there is need for us to unite. More dolbe kamfaring. Of course, more jamale be kamfaring. But in Famane ne kuma fonye. This was a long time ago. At a caring, it's 10 years since he passed away. Almane manin kafar kelai. Sungaro kono. Kitimo Asamo. Nin one of my brothers led Dundanyora. But in Dela Bolota na. Ndela Bolota. Yalan den kam bolo kanda back. Ndela bolot. I was the one that was right. Nina broda dole dindanyola. Koto keba balamati nkoto. So my dad knew, you know, when people know you are right but you are young, you know, Mandinkas have a way of dealing with stuff. So kwenye teta tasaloke tato, you know, Ndara Siabala. We were very close. He has many children, but I was particularly very close to him. So I kurana ayo do fanya. Hani bi hakilo bo kurana ayo ka. Barimbe siring nyabe telindi njuta juola. Mol mi ye yalon kiti na kolongo bala je dura jobi je. O dura jo bala santan juola benunje. Adura jo abulo tilingala wado sunte tile ule ngana songo de ngabasa ba fene luot. Those that knew our family, you will know what I'm talking about. This was like 20, 25 or perhaps so years ago. 20 years or so, perhaps. Agonyam ko duro jala. Mango. Huh? Mobe buka duto adingo domo season killing. Not everybody that enjoys mango enjoys its fruit in one season. Many people enjoy fruits of mangoes at different seasons. Duto semo ete adomo nyinang jare ete tije. Jari ko do adomo ite tije. Jari ko ba do adomo 20 years, 40 years later do adomo atrete fata fam walete be dunia adla do. So duto mobe buka dingo domo wati kile. Akonya bari min kumata obeti. The most important thing ni lafta duto e mobe wasa. Akata duta juo tanakana soto. This is profound. What ombe do yarine mbe kamfaring. Bari this thing keeps hitting my head. Mfama hala nyinkumo katu. It keeps hitting my head. Ning kamfada kuol kamang kamfada nga kuol jibe minu ketanan all of that. Ninga ikamera ko malay ko kala kumo samana ay lipala. And that makes a lot of sense. There are a lot of you in NPP. Mini alon kalia katabak. But alamal harje fenna partiyoko. A lot of you. Alkana worimbe forest ol konoja. Metamantamo. A lot of you. But in fama I'm in forum. Duto. Ne asimata. Ajato kendata. Nina dinte madomo. Isabari. Continue jambando ke duto kang. Continue ye duto jibong. Kana so moe duto juo kundu. Buko na juo kundu da. Alse fo dibengola. Adunjari. Konkoto basina ila mo kende konkoto. Konko samuta ila mo kende ba. Barasina te duto domala. Bari duto fat. Alma tupoto. Imunya. Ninyi na ya duto bedo me koma. Jari ni duto dinda se ke folole be jur dimba domola wala jari ko ni tama domo iteri kende kanunte kende imo kende iterima o be duto e muna fanala mfama nyina fonya ntolla duta jomu NPP lati mo jamal ka kumo fo a jite you are inconsistent imam fenke e kamuru NPP baro min kela mole be diamula yalon jalba ko adako ngata nyola min sitano ngata nyola barote mobe kala ministati eko molman kanya mobe ya molman kanya azake no ndeke da president baro minika minister dinde de kala minister amanke man qualify. A lot of those people ya jamme nene me jibe fang sako in fact ya jamme wol dol bayila palasol to. For example Dawda Jallo. Dawda was a judge. He was a magistrate. Ya bay. Kodi. Baro ya ka minister. To ya jamme. Dawda Jallo is not worth being a magistrate. To Adama Baro. Dawda Jallo is the most important person for justice. Out of 100,000 lawyers in the Gambia. Ibrahim Silla was just a journalist. Yaya Jammeh sent people to kill him. For Yaya Jammeh, Ibrahim was only worth to be fed upon by maggots. Ibrahim Silla, Yaya Jammeh, Tungol Damma Ibrahim Jareta wal. Ibrahim Silla. Barbaroya, construction ministry, Barola biggest area of priority. Every government has a priority. Barola biggest area of priority as a president. Wolon silol. Ibrahim Silla lata wala mo bet ayakije. So I understand. So another president will come from NPP. Barola minister tarol kon. Because wofana wobe mo le jalamina lanko wole la kuo diata woni wole se do kuo keno. Sometimes yes, it looks like mbenga mano min tabi ngamano tabi mpareda mbenga lo nyini ndata minangol fa anin samolu kabringe tabi nga sunkalaw ni chumaro ni bolo ni palatol dinna kebala baro ngaya tala barantol dol min batata ma dinna afan e min folom alala man harjew ka bulokol nga bilifu wala dron foye tonye foye me tonye nga ala talamuta nga do koke na duta juo nga trim ku abulu jarolu nge kundu ku abala sulol mi lafta fundila nga banku fingo boy kan nga na duto jibo wolon NPP al nga jibong President Barrow alhamdulillah ite min be kamfara kama alhamdulillah President Barrow bi mansea alansaro abe olto alansaro olto bi ay sangi tan nek President Barrow te sangi tan ko te kala mansea ala sang ate fana fa o tela filawola so na asiata bake 2026 kola sangi lu na doyata alman kisalo man defa man la fi wala sangi kilim 2026 aban barni o kata obe mbel toralo I mean e ko la ran la jano nkano duwa ko la ran la jano nkano duwa so nte o duwa la so alangan sabare NPP nimbe fensoro lambe min folan na moliye. Take an example from me. I'm happy with what happened to me after all that we went through. I'll be lying the book but alhamdulillah rabbil alamin nkam fada wade wat mfama ala nyin kumo ke fadinan duto mango bi bul ko fati adun denyinala adun ku fulanja wala nyindi ita mimbe kam fari se kam fa nyaaw nya ise mira ku kilin I kam fa da NPP kam nyaaw nya I kam fa da parti o kam nyaaw nya ise mira I terbe wo parti economy alon ko bi wo be muna fa soto kanje ndeka fo moler hani make baroy mbake la fabu sane hani make baroy mbake la sundu touré hani make baroy mbake la Musa Drame nindela kelo Musa Drame ke muna fanno da kala dimba balun alhamdulillah nindela kelo sundu touré aka $1,000 domo damma soto £1,000 soto no nga kelo minge fabu sane ka 100 real soto no bari ndela kelo o kafo ala la bunya ndela kelo fana contribute la waya tinna fabu sana bi akata maka na lafta akata bumo mi horomata bumo beti dunia akata salo la je ndede kelo kala pour ka fabulo opportunity tinya kadu nim barola manse atinya ta bi mimbina fobe fabu sambalo to bam fata sambala ndemol yalla mol camera jite mu tole le manke tole boyo kola koda ali ameram be touring temantara touring son kamira wallal nimmo jamal lele kelo kembe in the trenches mo kende jamal lamin chamnyolu you know Ibrahima Silla nakeba kende Ibrahima nakoto ke kende abe palasoto akala dimbal balundino alhamdulillah akatama akata dunia dulabet maybe at Gambia for sante so the opportunities they have mfanala adama diato I don't think nyanda nga kelo ke pour nga opportunity ti nyawoli hanninte mamuna fam for now so that is lafta mo be danila walla alngan sabare nga keloke alngan sabare nga keloke Party ke kilinti. President Barrow has tried a lot for the party. Ay kujama balle ke party alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Yalon jide buka wuliaf. Min bendo ate diale. Wala mbe min fola ate diale. Bare buka wuliaf de. Hani mol mi yello yen mi wolon. So nimbe fen so do min fola na mol nga nyene sotalie ngal dani alanin kilay. Al nga parti o muta momo e kam fara nyawnya e kanunde jibe kana Barrow jibe. Are you angry with Barrow? Don't look at Barrow. Do you have a minister mi alon ko la frenolo mi la mo kendolom alnene ta alnene kutama parti o do you have that? Ni mo sodo. Do you have a member of the National Assembly mi alon ko alnene ku jawoke wala ku dimindimo parti o pour parti lo? Have you ever done that? Ni one thing, ambassador kono wala deputy ambassador wala anybody that is benefiting as a result of NPP being in government. Abigela baytene ni mo miya kuke ku dimindimo adite lafla wala palaso namal lafa